Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Lisa here. And I woke up this morning feeling so many emotions. And I have a story I want to share about why. So this weekend, I was looking through my phone and my memories with my daughter, and we came across one from 2019. And I'm not sure what happened before the video, but my son was like having a meltdown. Apparently, I had told him he couldn't do something as a punishment, and he was standing at the door. I was out on the back porch, and he was inside the house, and there's a glass door. So he was on the other side of the glass door, and he was like crying, really crying, and very upset. And then I chimed in this like mean, oppressive, like kind of way, like, you shouldn't have done this, and then that wouldn't have happened, like. And it broke my heart to watch this. At the same time, I'm so grateful that I'm no longer in that energy of not having the capacity to care, and that's exactly what it was like, this is the way that I treated myself. This is the way that I thought I was supposed to be treating my kids. This like super hard on yourself and super critical and like over punishing, like, and it breaks my heart that he was crying, and then I just came at him the way I did. My reaction to watching the video whenever he was crying was like, oh, like, I just wanted to grab him up and hold him now, but that wasn't how it was then. And it was all because of what was going on inside of me. Whatever he did to get punished, like, probably wouldn't have been allowed whenever I was a kid. Maybe it wasn't that bad even. I don't know what the thing was, but when they're in that state of like sadness, and like, to be able to comfort now instead of just be like, go to your room and figure it out on your own because I can't handle your emotions. And that's how it used to be. That's how I used to be with them. And now I look at my youngest. I just got back from having lunch with him, which is something I could never do with my oldest because, I was working all the time, and I thought work and money was more important than me actually being there. And I just think to myself, like, when he's having his meltdowns now at the same age, like, how different it is inside of my body. Like, I'm not like all agitated inside. I know it's gonna pass. I know that like these things are normal, and it's something that my oldest didn't get from me. Like, he just got more shame, and the emotions really come in here. I mean, I'm really sad that I didn't know better. I'm really sad that I lost a lot of time with him. I'm really sad that the connection that I started with him was so mean and heartless. And it's like, I have an incredible amount of guilt and shame around this. And I try and forgive myself. I know that I was doing the best that I could with what I knew at the time. And at the same time, I was doing what I thought was best. And sometimes you kind of have to do that so many times and feel inside that it's not right. And that's what happened with me, was like, the way I was doing things made me feel even worse. It's like I felt dirty. I felt nasty. Like I didn't feel like a good mom. Like I felt like an awful mom. I felt like a terrible, awful mom. And you know what? I was. I was. And there were good parts, you know, there was good times, but me not being able to hold space for their big emotions, kids are gonna mess up. You're gonna have to hold them accountable. They're gonna have meltdowns. Now, whether you shame them for having that meltdown, make them go do it alone, or whether you offer them like a space to have that meltdown and comfort in it, you know, so that they know that even though they're having this big experience, you're still there. There were a lot of positive emotions too. Like, I'm very proud that I have changed so much. There's still a lot of work to be done, and I don't claim to know everything. I still make mistakes pretty much on a daily basis. But man, it's so different now. Like, I'm so different the way that I show up as a mother. And there's great pride in that. And yeah, there's a lot of guilt. A lot of guilt for not knowing this sooner, you know, and that's really the message that I want to get out right now, is that like, if you have that and you're constantly working on being better, because it was really hard. It was such a helpless feeling knowing that the way I was doing things wasn't the way that I wanted to be doing things, but not knowing how to do it differently, because it was the way I was raised. It was the way that I treated myself. So how do you learn to do something different, you know? How do you even know that there is something different? How do you even know that what you're doing is wrong? And this was a lot of the confusion that I was in early on, which led me to all these different streams of knowledge to actually get better, to actually be able to hold space and not have this experience for my other kids. And my oldest now, I treat him, I hold space now, but I think like the damage has already been done, you know, and I believe that it's all meant to be and that he's going to figure it out, you know, and I will be a safe place for him to land from here on out. But those super developmental years for him, he was 9 in this video, and the development years are like 0 to 8. It was already in there. And I can't change that. And that hurts. It hurts so hard to watch that. Until next time. Bye.